Astute intelligence and a fantastic luck had carried Fyclan far in life. But this was different. Miss Jennifer Tarleton was a treasure of the greatest value. She read. She valued books. Her physical beauty now blossomed in his mind when coupled with her intelligence. Fyclan would not be the man he was today if he had not received access to Mr. Rodwell Neary's library when he was a boy. Books had taken a lad of common parentage and given him uncommon opportunities in life. Through the adventure of reading, Fyclan had dared to dream. He particularly enjoyed history and biographies of great men. And now he was facing the dream of any man's lifetime. He was in the presence of his destiny. Over the years he'd met many women, but he'd waited for the one. He'd believed she'd existed for no other reason than his grand's assurance, and now Miss Tarleton was his reward for his patient trust. Sir David's front hall was the size of a ballroom. The house had been in the family since the Restoration. The floor was of uneven squares of grey marble, and the wood panelling was covered with a variety of exotic spears, sabres, and the horns and skins of dead animals. "Oh dear," Miss Tarleton whispered. Fyclan nodded with understanding. "I'm here often enough. I've become accustomed to it. Sir David is proud of his collection." "Yes," she said, in a subdued voice. "I, on the other hand, find it a bit much," he confided. "However, his library is worth the extravagance. This way. Subscribers are allowed the freedom of the house to search out the library on their own. Sir David is rarely at home, and he takes pleasure in sharing his books." At the mention of the library, Miss Tarleton's eyes lit up. "I heard it is hard to imagine." "One of the best collections in the world, and a fitting location for it," Fyclan acknowledged. "Wait here for me, Mandy," she said to her maid, indicating a chair by the front door. She then followed Fyclan down the narrow hall to a wooden double door. The latch appeared ancient, and was probably a trinket Sir David had picked up during his travels. Fyclan opened the door, first one and then the other, so that Miss Tarleton could have the full effect of the library. Her reaction was all he had anticipated, and mimicked his own when he had first walked into this room. "I've never seen the like," she breathed in admiration. She moved into the room with its line of fully stocked bookcases, one after another, from one wall to the next. Desks were available for study, complete with ornate oil lamps. Comfortable chairs formed a gathering place in the middle of the room beneath a domed ceiling. Miss Tarleton moved to the centre of the room and looked up at the paintings gracing the dome. They were of Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and her minions. They rode in chariots or lounged on clouds.